Archangel Michael says the truth cannot stay hidden any longer. The silence that once haunted your nights has finally reached the heart of the one who caused it. His regret is heavier than the shadows that linger in his lonely room, and his sleepless nights are filled with the echoes of your voice that he thought he could forget. He believed ghosting you was an escape, a way to avoid the depth of what he felt but feared to face. Yet destiny has its own way of pulling the guilty back into the storms they created. Each night, he sits in silence, his eyes fixed on the same screen where your smile once appeared, replaying the fragments of the past he cannot erase. The regret gnaws at him like fire that never cools. He scrolls back, watches again, listens again, and aches for the warmth that is no longer his. His soul trembles at the thought of what he lost, and the reality of your absence has become his most painful truth. Even in the darkness, he whispers your name, as if calling it might undo the damage. But the heavens witness his sorrow, and his tears are nothing more than the late payment of a debt he created with his silence. The chains of guilt tighten more each night, and still he cannot stop reliving the memories of you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. He sees you everywhere, in the songs that play without warning, in the streets that remind him of your presence, and in the glow of lights where your shadow still lingers. He thought time would cleanse him of you, but instead, it carved your image deeper into his spirit. The man who once walked away is now trapped in the labyrinth of his own longing. Every night, he tells himself he will not check again, yet he fails. His trembling hands open the same saved moments, those little glimpses of you he cannot let go of. And in every replay, the regret grows louder, breaking him piece by piece from the inside. This is not a passing guilt, it is a haunting. Heaven itself has placed a mirror before him, forcing him to confront the reflection of what he destroyed. His chest burns as he remembers the way your eyes once looked at him, eyes filled with trust he betrayed with silence. Now, he longs for just one chance, one small crack in the wall he built with his own hands. But destiny is not always merciful, and the doors that close do not always open again. His punishment is to relive you without ever holding you. Type Amen to get blessing 444. He replays your laughter, not because he wants to, but because he needs to. It is the only medicine for a sickness he brought upon himself. And every night, when the replay ends, the silence that follows is louder than thunder, crushing him under the weight of everything unsaid. The angels see his regret, but they also see the protection that now surrounds you. His sorrow is proof that justice has already begun to unfold. He is a man chasing ghosts, while you are chosen to step into light that cannot be dimmed by the shadows of his choices. The distance he created has turned into an abyss, one he cannot cross with apologies alone. His heart may bleed for you now, but your spirit has been lifted higher by the hand of heaven. He watches, but heaven watches him too, ensuring his regret remains his prison. Still, his soul cries out, and though he would never admit it, every tear is a silent prayer for forgiveness. He knows he abandoned you, but what he cannot escape is that he also abandoned himself. The man who ghosted you is now haunted by the ghost of his own choices. Type Amen to get blessing 555. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says his torment is real, and it will not stop until the truth he buried is spoken. The weight he carries will bend him lower, and the shame of his silence will echo louder than any words he could have said. His sleepless nights will remain chained to your memory, because heaven does not allow betrayal to fade so easily. Your face is the first thing he sees when he closes his eyes, and the last thing when he opens them. His friends may not know, but the angels know, and they have written his sorrow in the book of justice. He cannot outrun the destiny he carved with his own silence. Each night becomes a ritual of pain, replaying, regretting, and realizing he has lost the most precious thing heaven ever placed in his hands. He never thought your absence would weigh this heavy, but now it crushes every part of his being. He lost not just a person, but the light that guided his spirit. And though his regret is endless, his redemption is uncertain. Only heaven can decide if the tears he sheds can ever balance the silence he gave. For now, his life is an endless loop of regret, and every night he rewatches you, wishing the past could be rewritten. Type Amen to get blessing 666. His heart aches every time the replay ends, but he presses it again, trapped in the cycle of his own regret. The memories he once tried to bury now rise like smoke from a fire he cannot control. He thought he was strong enough to move on, but the truth is that his spirit has been bound to yours ever since he walked away. The silence that once gave him comfort has now become his punishment. Every night he hears your laughter like a whisper, but instead of warmth, it brings him to tears. He feels the weight of what he destroyed, and there is no escape from the torment of knowing he chose this path. His friends see him smiling, pretending as if nothing haunts him, but when the night comes, the mask crumbles. Alone in his room, he is vulnerable, and the emptiness presses harder than ever before. Your presence, once his greatest gift, is now his greatest loss. The regret has built chains around him, chains that even time cannot break. He never thought he would regret his silence, but it follows him every moment now. He ghosted you, yet it is he who is now haunted. Type Amen to get blessing 777. He wishes he could turn back time to that moment when he chose to disappear. But heaven does not allow broken promises to be undone so easily. Each night, as he scrolls back to your smile, he is reminded of the love he left unanswered. Every message he ignored plays back in his mind like echoes he cannot silence. He sees the words you once sent, the hope you once carried, and the light that shone through your heart. His spirit trembles at the thought that he rejected what heaven gifted him. Now, he tries to reach you in silence, replaying your memories as if they could forgive him. But the angels know forgiveness is not that simple. Regret without action is just another form of punishment, and heaven ensures he feels every ounce of it. Still, he clings to the shadows of you, because letting go would mean facing an even darker truth. His life without you is empty, and every night he drowns in the sea of his own sorrow. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Archangel Michael says the heavens saw every tear you shed, and now the weight of those tears is being poured back onto him. The silence that wounded you is the silence that suffocates him now. What he thought was an escape has turned into a prison he cannot break free from. Your name lingers on his lips, though no one hears it. He whispers it in the dark, hoping the air itself might carry it back to you. But heaven does not let words spoken too late reach the hearts they once abandoned. He never thought the angels would make him face this punishment, but they have. They allow him to see your face again and again, but never to touch, never to hold, never to claim. He is trapped in the shadows of what he lost. And as he watches you, he knows the truth: he is too late. The world has moved you forward, and he has been left behind, replaying the same fragments that can never become whole again. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The regret has consumed him so deeply that even in his dreams he cannot escape. He dreams of you standing there, but when he reaches out, you vanish like smoke. He wakes in tears, knowing that the dream is nothing more than another reminder of the emptiness he created. He thought ghosting you would silence his fears, but instead it has awakened a storm within him. The angels have written his punishment in stone, and every night it repeats without mercy. His soul cries for relief, but heaven allows no shortcuts when betrayal is involved. Every beat of his heart is a reminder of the love he threw away. His regret is not just emotional, it has become spiritual, a chain wrapped tightly around his soul. And the more he rewatches you, the more that chain pulls him into despair. He is a man trapped between what he lost and what he can never regain. His nights are filled with longing, his days are filled with emptiness, and his soul is filled with regret. Type Amen to get blessing 111. His soul trembles with every memory that returns uninvited. He cannot escape the truth that your presence was not just a passing moment but a divine gift. By turning away, he turned against his own destiny, and now heaven makes him pay the price in silence and sorrow. The angels do not allow him rest. Even when he tries to distract himself, your face appears in places he least expects, on the street, in music, in the faces of strangers. It is as though the universe itself refuses to let him forget what he lost. He clings to his screen, rewinding moments that once gave him peace but now bring nothing but torment. Your smile burns into his mind like fire that never dies, and though it warms him, it also scorches him with regret. His silence is now his punishment, a wound that will not heal. The nights are long, and his guilt grows heavier. He whispers words into the darkness, hoping the heavens might carry them to you. But the heavens remain silent, just as he once was, leaving him to choke on the weight of what he did. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Archangel Michael says this is the price of abandoning what heaven placed before him. He believed he could walk away without consequence, but heaven writes every action into destiny. The pain he caused has circled back, wrapping tightly around him with no escape. He feels your absence like a blade pressed against his chest. Every breath reminds him of the space where you once stood, the warmth you once gave, the trust he once betrayed. The emptiness consumes him, and he cannot outrun it. Each night, his hands tremble as he reaches for the same recordings, the same memories, the same fragments of you. He is bound to them as if they are the only air he can breathe. But the air is poison now, laced with regret that pierces him deeper every time. The angels watch, and they see how he breaks. His regret is real, but it is not enough to erase the truth. What is broken cannot always be fixed, and what is lost does not always return. Type Amen to get blessing 333. His friends do not see the storm that rages within him. To them, he pretends life goes on, but when the night falls, the mask shatters. Alone, he collapses into the silence, and the echoes of you drown him. He thought ghosting you would silence his fears, but instead it unleashed them. Every night has become a mirror, forcing him to confront what he tried to bury. And each night, he realizes more painfully that the one thing he truly needed was the very thing he let slip away. The heaviness of his regret crushes his spirit. He sees your smile but feels the sharp stab of distance. He hears your voice but remembers that he chose not to answer when it mattered most. The punishment is endless, for it is not a punishment from you but from heaven itself. The angels carved his regret into the path of his destiny, ensuring he would never escape the shadow of his choice. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says the truth must be spoken, even if it is painful. His silence created this storm, and only truth could break it, but he waited too long. Now he watches from afar, a prisoner of his own decisions, while heaven guards you from the wounds of the past. He cries silently, knowing he cannot reach you. Every tear is a confession he cannot voice aloud. And every beat of his heart carries the weight of a love he abandoned. He is haunted not just by memories of you, but by visions of what could have been. In his imagination, he sees the life he could have shared with you, the laughter he could have kept alive, the moments he could have built. But imagination is his only refuge now, and it torments him. The man who ghosted you is no longer free. His freedom was traded for an endless sentence of regret, and his soul will carry that burden for the rest of his days. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The sorrow has carved deep lines into his spirit. He is no longer the same man who once believed silence was easier than honesty. His choices have marked him, and now his life is chained to a regret that grows heavier each night. He cannot stop himself from pressing play again, from watching your smile, from listening to the sound of your voice. The memories are a double-edged sword, comforting because they let him feel close to you, but torturing because they remind him of the love he destroyed. Every time he rewatches you, he is reminded of his cowardice. He ran from what was pure, what was real, and now he is running in circles, unable to escape the prison of his own mind. The man who thought he ghosted you has become the ghost himself, living half a life in the shadows of regret. The angels know the truth, and they let him suffer. They allow him to taste the loneliness he once forced on you. And each night, the punishment deepens, leaving him with no peace, no escape, no end. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Archangel Michael says this is the law of heaven, what is sown will be reaped. His silence planted sorrow, and now sorrow blooms within him, choking every moment of his days and nights. He cannot hide from it, because the truth always finds a way to return. Your absence is his torment. Every corner of his life reminds him of what he lost. He feels you in places where you are not, hears you in songs that were never meant for him, and sees you in every reflection where only emptiness stares back. The nights stretch endlessly. He lies awake, staring at the ceiling, hoping the weight on his chest will ease. But it never does, it grows heavier with each passing hour. This regret has become his shadow, and no matter how far he runs, it follows him. Heaven has made sure he will never outrun what he chose to abandon. Type Amen to get blessing 777. He replays your moments, but he does not realize that replaying is not living. The fragments cannot give him back what he lost, and yet he clings to them desperately. It is the only way he knows to feel close to you, even if it rips him apart. The angels do not shield him from the pain, because the pain is his lesson. What he refused to understand when you were near, he must now learn through loss. Regret has become his teacher, and it whispers to him every night when the world is silent. He longs to send a message, to break the silence he created. But fear holds him back, the same fear that once made him vanish. Now, fear and regret are his only companions, and they keep him imprisoned. The man who thought he had control has lost it all. Heaven has stripped him of peace, and left him with only one thing, reminders of the love he betrayed. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Archangel Michael says the heavens have already shifted in your favor. While he is trapped in his regret, you are rising into new blessings. His silence no longer defines you. He is the one chained to it now. You were chosen to move forward, and heaven has wrapped you in protection. The angels carried away your tears and replaced them with strength. His punishment is to watch from afar as you are lifted higher. He may rewatch you, but he cannot touch you. He may regret you, but he cannot reclaim you. Heaven has closed the door he once slammed, and no human hands can open it again. This is divine justice. The man who ghosted you now wanders haunted, while you step into light. His sorrow is his prison, but your blessing is your freedom. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The weight of his regret is no longer hidden, it shows in the tiredness of his eyes and the heaviness of his heart. He tries to smile in front of others, but deep inside, his soul is drowning. He never thought a single choice would cost him so much peace. Every night, he reaches for the same screen where your laughter once echoed. He presses replay again and again, knowing it will only bring him more pain. But he cannot stop, he is addicted to the very memories that destroy him. Your absence is louder than anything else in his life. It screams at him when he wakes up, it follows him when he walks, and it crushes him when he lies down to sleep. He cannot silence it, for it is the echo of what he lost. The angels see his torment, and they allow it. Because this is divine justice, he made you suffer in silence, and now he suffers in silence himself. Heaven does not forget the pain that was inflicted on you. Type Amen to get blessing 111. His mind replays the moment he chose to disappear. That decision is now a dagger lodged deep in his chest. Every day, it twists further, reminding him of the truth he cannot escape. He is haunted not just by memories of you, but by visions of what could have been. In his imagination, he still sees the future he abandoned. A future of love, trust, and connection that now exists only in his mind. The pain of what could have been is worse than the pain of what is. He regrets ghosting you because now he is the ghost. He wanders through life unseen, unnoticed, his spirit empty, his soul broken. And every night, he replays you, because it is the only way he can feel alive. But the angels have sealed his fate. They allow him to watch, but never to hold. They allow him to remember, but never to restore. His punishment is eternal longing without relief. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Archangel Michael says the truth of his suffering should strengthen your heart. You were chosen to be free from the chains he placed on you. His sorrow is not your burden, it is his lesson. He is learning now what he refused to face before, that silence is not strength, that walking away is not peace, and that love cannot be ignored without consequence. Heaven ensures that his lesson is unending. His nights are long, filled with regret. He sits in darkness, clinging to the echoes of you, wishing he could undo his choices. But the past cannot be rewritten, and the angels remind him of this truth each time he tries to forget. Now he lives in the shadow of what he lost. And while his soul aches, yours is being lifted higher, blessed with strength and light that cannot be taken away. Type Amen to get blessing 333. He hides his pain from the world, but heaven sees it clearly. His laughter is forced, his words are hollow, and his spirit is heavy with guilt. What he once thought would free him has become his cage. He never imagined that ghosting you would turn him into the one haunted. But now, every night, he sees your face in the glow of his screen, and every morning he wakes with tears he cannot explain. The angels let him relive you endlessly because it is the only way he will understand what he destroyed. He has no peace, no rest, no escape. His punishment is to carry the weight of his choices forever. And though he may long for you, heaven guards your path. He cannot touch what heaven protects. He can only watch and regret, while your destiny unfolds without him. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The regret has become his constant companion. No matter where he goes, no matter what he does, the memory of you clings to him like a shadow that refuses to fade. His silence, once a shield, has turned into the loudest noise in his life. He scrolls endlessly, hoping to find something that will fill the emptiness inside, but everything leads him back to you. Your laughter plays in his mind like a broken record, each note piercing him deeper. He cannot escape the truth, you were his light, and he chose the darkness. The man who ghosted you believed distance would bring him peace. Instead, it delivered destruction. His heart aches more with each passing night, and still he presses replay, as though watching could undo the pain he caused. But heaven does not allow him such mercy. He is destined to live in longing, chained to memories that no longer belong to him. His punishment is not to lose you once, but to lose you over and over, every single night. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says heaven has closed that chapter for you, but for him, it will never close. The angels allow him to see your image again and again so that his regret never softens. His heart must break as yours once did. He lies awake, replaying the silence he gave you. Every unanswered message screams at him now, louder than any words could. His soul shakes with the weight of what he refused to say. In the daylight, he hides it well. But in the darkness, his face is wet with tears. The man who once thought walking away was strength now trembles at the sight of what he abandoned. His sorrow is his justice. He must carry it until the end of his days, while you walk forward, guided by the hands of angels who will never let you be broken again. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The emptiness inside him grows each night. He thought he could erase you, but the truth is that you are carved into his spirit. No matter how far he runs, your memory is written into his destiny. He watches you in silence, replays you, imagines you, but none of it brings him peace. Instead, it deepens his torment, reminding him that he destroyed something he can never rebuild. His punishment is not silence, it is knowing that you will never be his again. Heaven has sealed your path with protection, ensuring that he can never touch what he once carelessly let go. The man who ghosted you has now become the ghost of his own choices. He lives in shadows, haunted by the very thing he thought he could ignore. Type Amen to get blessing 777. He has learned too late that actions cannot be undone. The past cannot be rewritten, and heaven does not grant second chances to those who waste the first. His silence was his weapon, and now it is his curse. He aches for you, but he cannot reach you. He cries for you, but the angels block his path. His heart beats with regret, but his destiny remains chained. Each night, the same ritual continues: replay, regret, and weep. The cycle never ends, and the angels ensure that it never will. His life is a mirror of the pain he once caused you. And while he suffers, heaven raises you higher. His punishment is his regret. Your blessing is your freedom. Type Amen to get blessing 888.